So this is Deadly Creatures. It's an action-adventure game where you get to play as a tarantula and a scorpion. It came out in 2009 exclusively for the Nintendo Wii. I don't think it's one of the best games on the Wii or anything, but it's interesting, inventive, and unique. And I really like it. Plus, it has one of the most satisfying final bosses in video game history, so be sure to stick around for that. And joining me as always is Petey Precious Roy.
Now, when you said this was a buggy game, I was expecting something from Bethesda.
Well, it does have those kinds of bugs as well, but not nearly as many as the other kind.
Alright, so Fallout 76 it is not.
It's more like Fallout 2. So, this game has one thing that every Wii game should have in its options menu, and that is an input sensitivity option. You can adjust how hard you have to waggle for the gestures.
Thank God.
And for the pointer, which that adjusts like the size of the binding box when you go into first-person mode, like how far in order to bend the camera.
Okay, so already we're off to a good start.
Yeah, like there are like some first-person shooters I've noticed on the Wii that do that, but aside from that, not too many. So this game is going to kind of break from tradition for us. We are not going to talk during the in-game dialogue scenes, because this game doesn't have that much story, but you'll need to pay attention to what little story it has. So we'll see you after the jump. Oh, sorry, that was a little too early.
It's okay.
Oh, you can also play on deadly difficulty.
Deadly.
We're going to play on normal, though.
Greed can poison a man's soul, turn him into something he ain't, make him deadly. Even more deadly than the vermin that run underfoot out here. I wouldn't say I got my revenge, didn't have much part in that, but when that old gas station seen its last day, well, that was a good thing. Faulty gas lines weren't what blew up George Struggs, no matter what the news said. The cops found a stash of gold coins with Spanish writing on them. I'm not one to go believing in cursed treasure. I think it was just my bad choices and bad instincts that got me this time. Same as always. And George Struggs, the cops asked him what happened right before he slipped into that coma, and he kept mumbling something about deadly creatures. Well, the deadliest creature in this whole goddamn desert is that bastard George Struggs. He can rot in that hospital for all I care. He got what's coming to him. God damn, it's hot out here. I'll have to loosen my drawers or something. Start here?
No, I'm just getting my bearings. It's over this way.
Who we digging up anyway?
Well, I don't know who we're digging up, but this tarantula don't care.
The desert as rendered by the Wii.
This game actually looks really, really good for a Wii game, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So this is our first protagonist, the tarantula. Gonna sneak up on these crickets and nom on them.
Nom 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 nom. I have to admit, this is kind of cool.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the good parts yet. Our two friends here You may recognize their voices. We'll get to them in a second, but first, we got a grub. Also an info window. This game really likes to be intrusive with its info windows. As you can tell, these grubs are collectibles. I will not be getting them all because there are fucking 450 of them.
Wow!
I will try to get as many as I can, but I probably will not be getting them all. The game even like kind of acknowledges it to an extent, because the main collectible you get from grubs is concept art, and you only need 350 of the 450 to get all the concept art.
That's too many grubs.
But it's not all of them, so thankfully.
What?
Oh, did I mention this was a character action game?
What the hell?
Yep, we got our combos. So the tarantula plays he plays like a very fast but loose and easily hurt kind of character action fighter. I guess the equivalent is like early Kratos, like in God of War 1, where you have to really position your attacks.
I was not expecting Devil May Cry.
Also, ignore that prompt about getting up. You can just button mash to get up. You don't have to waggle for that. So these guys are... Oh god, I have my list here. Soldier beetles. These are soldier beetles. They are worth 50 points, adventure points. Adventure points are like XP.
I never want to go to the desert.
That is a wolf spider. They are the main sort of like clone enemies that you'll be facing as the tarantula. So, we have a little time to talk about the two human enemies that we saw. Well, they're antagonists, not really enemies. They're a story about the Spanish gold. We'll be crossing paths with them. So we had Josiah Wade, who was doing the narration earlier.
Okay.
And we're going to save our progress first. But that guy was voiced by Billy Bob Thornton.
I thought so.
The snake is voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. So, yeah, we got a snake fight. And anytime the snake lowers its tail, we attack it. And we got quick time events in order to trick the snake into mashing its head against the cactus. Those of you who have seen the Game Grumps playthrough of this may remember that it took them quite a while to get past this.
This is amazing.
Oh yeah, this is great. I love his little animation after that. It's like, hey, come on, you want a piece of me? You don't fuck with the arachnid family right here.
We're gonna take you out to the desert and bury you up to your neck.
Oh god, I can't do that voice anymore. Alright, so it's a video game, so we did that 3 times. Man, that's a beautiful face you got there. Shame to be full of cactus.
Remember, kids, you just have to do everything 3 times.
Assuming that you're a video game protagonist. So that's a rattlesnake. We'll be seeing him a little later. Yep, that's a visible wall. Visible wall of cacti. So I did mention this game has bugs, and not just the creepy crawly kinds. This game uses like gravity surfaces, and sometimes they don't always work properly, as you can see here.
What surface are you on, buddy?
I'm on both of them. I'm trying to do a special out of bounds trick. Trying to vibrate into the final boss. His voice is a lot easier to do.
More grasshoppers means more iron.
Hey, whoa, look, somebody junked a whole dirt bike out here. Looks like it crashed. Hey, you think maybe he's still out here somewhere?
Tarantulas probably ate him already. Come on, let's go.
Hey, I'll get to him in a minute, okay? I'm not your slave. So that other guy, George Struggs, he is voiced by Dennis Hopper.
Oh, I'm so glad he found work after King Koopa.
Yeah, after Waterworld.
Yeah.
The mid '90s were not kind to Mr. Hopper. So this is the Jump Strike. I unfortunately in the first two videos I do not play the game very well because I don't practice the levels beforehand. But thankfully, starting with Chapter 4, I actually do decently. And I gotta bring up my notes again. What are these other guys? This is the Scarab Beetle. Usually I just refer to these guys as the yellow motherfuckers that block all my attacks. So I have to remember their biological names instead. As you can see, yeah, they're basically designed to block all of your main attacks from the front, so that you have to like jump around them. Although we did unlock a new move, the spin attack. Although you can use the spin attack on the Scarab Beetles, and they cannot block that. So I take it that you are familiar with the concept of vistas in game design.
Yes.
Yeah, so for those of you at home who may not be familiar, a vista is a particularly visually enticing set piece that is used to reward a certain amount of progress in gameplay. And this game really likes to use vistas in order to emphasize scale, to really drive home just how small the player is in relation to the rest of the world. So that motorbike, the dirt bike over there, is a great example of that. We'll be seeing some other vistas later in this video, and especially in next video. Next video has a lot of them.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of this map. This game actually does backtracking really well, because we'll be seeing this map a lot, but never in quite the same way twice. Because we'll always have access to new... we'll have access to new areas and new navigational techniques that will change how you go through the map. So it's a pretty smart way of recycling your assets without making it seem too egregious.
Get him!
I only had breakfast 10 minutes ago, come on!
I'm burning calories here.
This crack over here. We can't access that. Maybe someone else can get to that.
There are more bugs?
So over here is an optional fight with another wolf spider. As well as a couple of grubs. I really like this game's art direction, although the level design sometimes gets a little too naturalistic for its own good, which is why I think they implemented the hint arrow so that you don't get lost.
It does have some character to it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And the camera work is surprisingly good at, not being vertigo-inducing, despite the fact that you will be, crawling along the sides, and as we will later see, on the ceiling.
I was gonna say, it looks like the Alien vs. Predator facehugger crawl,
Yeah.
Just without being the face hugger crawl. It's the dirt bike.
Yep. Yeah, that jump strike does do a little bit more extra damage. So I always try to open with it when possible. At least until the tarantula unlocks a couple of more moves. A bit later on. Speaking of which, we have the web shot. Now, I have to say, I do not do a good job of introducing the web shot in this video, but trust me, it's actually a really good move and you should use it. Just don't use it like I do in this video. So the bad way to use it is to point at the screen. And it does have a quick fire, although it's really finicky. It doesn't have an aim assist. You have to like be really exact with your shots. And it's weird because there are other parts of this game that do have aim assist. Like the main attacks for the tarantula have really generous aim assist. But not this game, or not the web shot. Like it deliberately avoids using the lock on. There we go. That's a good web shot.
Nicely done.
Later on, you can really combine the web shot with other much more punishing moves because I think they're stunned for a good 2 or 3 seconds. So you can follow it up with a much more punishing move. Oh, here. This is a leaf cricket.
Hi, little guy.
If we eat a leaf cricket, it will increase our maximum health. That is the one collectible we will be getting all of, because there are far fewer leaf crickets in this game than there are grubs. It's my turn. Alright, so I was trying to show off the scorpion's moves here, because usually I take him down really quickly, but I was getting a little overconfident. And because I wanted him to attack and just show off like his basic moves. He has the tail whip and other spin attacks. And then on rare occasions, he will use his venom sting, which we'll be seeing in a minute. And that's a really devastating move, because that attack is poisonous. It does damage over time. This is basically a rival fight, because as we'll be seeing later, we will be playing as the Scorpion. So this is basically the Dante Nero fight.
This really is Devil May Cry with
Oh yeah, absolutely. Alright, you settle down for a minute. I'm gonna take it over from here, okay? Stupid spider bastard.
We can't license a Capcom title, so we're gonna license National Geographic.
We're gonna license the entire fucking Earth. Take that, Capcom. Alright, so I was just demonstrating a couple of the Scorpion's moves there. He's more like a boxer, I guess, because he has a full 3-hit combo, unlike the tarantula, who at the moment can only do a single strike. And he has his sting attack, which we'll be showing off a little later. He also has the ability to block, which the tarantula does not. The tarantula could jump and move around, but Scorpion can't jump, but he can block.
Interesting.
Also, I think it was someone in the Something Awful Discord was saying that it's possible that this scorpion is a bark scorpion, which means its venom is extremely dangerous. That was me trying to show off with the venom. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And just like when we fought him before in that boss fight, that venom sting also does damage over time when you're playing as him. So pretty much every move that the Scorpion had when we fought him, you have access to right away, except for the tail whip that he did, which we'll be unlocking a little bit later on in this level. Yeah, I'd run if I were you too.
Oh, look, it's a buffet.
Shit, I forgot my coupons. The two voices are becoming completely indistinguishable, and I don't care. Alright, so, you may be noticing there's an extra prompt. We'll ignore that for now. We'll see what all that's about later. Okay, there we got the tail whip. It basically works the same way that the spin attack did for the scorpion. Or for the tarantula, excuse me. The scorpion also has the ability to dash forward. That is not an attack. It is purely a defensive maneuver. I was also backtracking to get some grubs there. But yeah, the dash cannot be used as an attack. It's to move out of the way or to move forward towards an enemy.
So can you dash left and right?
Yes. You dash in whatever direction you currently have the nunchuck analog stick pointed in. Sorry, we are literally recording this immediately after the last episode of Hydrophobia, so my voice is kind of shot. But I don't care. I was too excited to show this game to Roy, so I made the possibly erroneous decision to record this immediately.
I am so glad we did, and simultaneously so sorry for your voice, man.
It's worth it.
It is. Like this is ridiculous.
Oh, and it's all going to be worth it just for the final boss, trust me. And you'll see that they have different leaf cricket counts. So the tarantula had 17 leaf crickets, and the scorpion has 24. We just killed a pillbug there. Pillbugs are kind of annoying to kill, because if they see you coming, they will curl up into a little ball that's invincible. So you have to sneak up on them. But oh no! This guy is a flame-knee tarantula.
And I think he just barked at us.
Wes, this game has finishing moves. Not only that, finishing moves with Wii Remote gesture QuickTime events.
Oh, okay, that ruined
yes. It's so good. Watch this.
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh, I love this game so much. And yes, there is a dedicated finishing move for almost every enemy in the game, and I will try to show off as many of them as I can.
Oh my god!
So there's the pillbug, crawling into his little ball.
Not anymore.
Sadly, there is no finishing move for the pillbug because you kill him instantly.
Oh my god, this
I'm trying to figure out like
amazing.
what kind of finishing move there would be for the pillbug, but... so.
Oh, there's our old friend.
Yep. Alright, that's the flame-knee tarantula again. Unfortunately, I don't do as well against him this time. Ow. Like I said before, the get up prompt, the game tells you have to waggle, but you really don't. You just gotta mash buttons.
Duck and weave, little Mac.
Yeah, it really does feel more like a boxer compared to... I guess, like, I'm trying to think of, like, character action equivalents for the tarantula and the scorpion, and I'm coming up empty. Also, I'm playing this on a Wii because this area seems to pretty consistently crash on my Wii U, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's kind of weird. yeah, there's a couple of areas in this that like to crash a lot on my Wii U, and I haven't had a single crash on my Wii, so I decided it was worth the lower resolution for more consistent gameplay.
Game full of bugs, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna make that joke a lot.
Yeah. So we unlocked some more moves. If we go into our moves list, we can see that we have a full combo list, and of course we're going to be very much we got the uproot, the claw, the Scorpio, and the thrash attack. These are all just extensions of press A and waggle, but press A twice and waggle, and then occasionally we'll get press A twice, hold A and waggle.
That's pretty much how I play Mortal Kombat. So I mean,
oh, that doesn't look good. That's a Gila lizard.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that...
Hey, baby.
You know what? I'm not here to judge. Whatever your kink is, go ahead. Hey, look, it's another Vista with a wine bottle. I really like how this game establishes its sense of scale.
I get it. It's the restaurant from Bug's Life.
Somehow this game was rated teen. I have no idea how they got away with the T rating. Like if Kratos was doing half of this stuff, the God of War series would never have been made.
I'm pretty sure Kratos does half of this stuff.
Not on humans.
Well, no. But I mean... Okay, I mean, that's fair. Open up, buddy. Nom nom nom.
So yeah, every time you pick up a grub, it's worth, even if you're not going for the concept art, it's still worth picking up grubs because they restore a small amount of health. Actually, this is the area that crashed on my Wii U a lot. Specifically, that loading screen. I had like 2 or 3 crashes at least.
Huh.
Alright. So here we go. We're going to amp up the ridiculousness even more with this next mini-boss fight.
It's already at 11, though.
I think we can turn up the knob a tiny bit more. Oh, there's the finishing move on the pill bug. Alright, so we got a King Scorpion. I think that's a King Scorpion. I'm sure that someone will correct me in the comments, but this is a mini-boss fight. And he's special. And of course, we're going to be showing off the finishing move on this guy, too. Oh, right in the midsection. And now, I will take your power! What, you thought I was joking?
No, yeah, I did!
Yeah, we've now gained his ability to dig.
I don't think that's how nature works, but okay!
It is. It's absolutely how nature works. You clearly haven't been watching as many nature documentaries as I have. So, we're going to backtrack to that fork in the road earlier, because now that we have our digging power, we can use it to go into this little alcove over here. And we're going to get up another leaf cricket. We're going to get a bunch of leaf crickets, actually.
They are just... I mean, you've already got 1/10 of the grubs.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's the chapters. The chapters are split evenly between the Scorpion and Tarantula. Each one has 5. There's 10 chapters, and each character has 5 chapters themselves. I love how quaint that digging animation is.
It is.
It's like he's going through, I don't know, his couch cushions looking for spare change.
I want to know if the developers were just flipping back and forth between National Geographic Channel and WWE, or what in the hell?
The game actually started out with Jordan Ickowitz, the lead designer. He had a dream one night of being able to control a snake with a Wii remote and sort of going through the grass and striking a mouse. And that was the basic concept for this game. And eventually that's how this game came to be. Because they eventually had, you were going to play as a whole bunch of different creatures. And eventually, as they realized the limits of the Nintendo Wii, that was cut down to the tarantula and the scorpion. I don't know about you, but that smells like a boss fight arena.
That stinks of boss fight arena.
But what kind of boss? Also, if you go into first person while you're the scorpion, you can look back and see your tail. I think that's kind of a cute detail.
That's neat. They did put a lot of effort into what they were able to do with this.
Also, Rainbow Studios, the developers, were primarily known for the motocross ATV racing series. Before this was their first major action-adventure game. So this is now the second game that we've LP'd in a row where we've had an ambitious adventure title helmed by a team mostly known for sports games.
T-Rex can't see you if you don't move.
I smell blood. That is a Gila monster. This fight with the Gila monster can be really difficult for newcomers to this game if you haven't mastered the dash. Although, thankfully, in this take, I actually managed to get a really good fight against him. I only get hit once. So, you don't actually... The Gila monster is invincible. You just have to dig out those sides of the pit and then trick the Gila monster into following you in... It's a standard, a pretty standard set piece once you learn it, but it can be pretty difficult for newcomers.
Wow.
So there you go. That's the first video of Deadly Creatures. And
this
we will.
was on the Wii.
Yep, next video, we'll be doing Chapter 3. Hey, don't look at me, I'm camera shy. Yep, next video, we'll be looking at Chapter 3. What do you think?
I think you picked a winner. Let's go.